Imagine a world of relentless pressure, where failure carries the ultimate cost. A world of freezing water, crushing weight, and the silent, gnawing doubt that can break even the strongest will. This is the crucible of the Navy SEALs, an elite force forged in the fires of extreme adversity. What unknown, ancient wisdom could possibly prepare a modern warrior for such a trial? We often seek answers in cutting-edge psychology or advanced technology. Yet surprisingly, some of the most profound tools for resilience, mental fortitude, and purpose are not new. They are echoes from an ancient philosophy, born in the bustling Stoa Poikile of Athens, refined in the halls of Roman emperors, and now, silently, powerfully, at work within the hearts and minds of those who stand at the very edge of human endurance. In the chaos of combat, amidst the deafening roar and the blinding smoke, a SEAL must find stillness. This is the inner citadel that Marcus Aurelius spoke of, a fortress of the mind, impregnable to external assault. It is built upon the fundamental Stoic principle of the dichotomy of control, distinguishing between what is up to us and what is not. Our judgments, our impulses, our desires, our aversions, these are ours to command. The weather, the enemy's actions, the outcome of a mission, even our own bodies to a certain extent, these are beyond our direct control. For a SEAL undergoing the brutal basic underwater demolition, SEAL, BUD-S training, the cold, the hunger, the sleep deprivation are external impositions, but the response to them, the internal narrative, the choice to continue or quit, that is profoundly within one's power. Epictetus, the former slave who became a profound Stoic teacher, asserted this with unshakable conviction. He taught that peace comes not from wishing for events to unfold as we desire, but from desiring them to unfold as they do. In an age saturated with external pressures, from social media validation to the relentless pursuit of material ambition, this ancient wisdom offers a potent antidote. Focus your energy where it matters, on the only thing you truly own, your mind and its choices. Let the world rage outside. Within, you can choose peace, resolve, and purpose. From the inner citadel emerges a radical acceptance. Amor fati, the love of fate. This is not mere resignation, but an active, even joyful embrace of everything that happens, seeing it not as an obstacle, but as an integral, indeed necessary part of our journey. A SEAL does not lament a sudden storm that threatens a mission. He adapts, he integrates it into his plan. He understands that the universe, in its intricate design, has presented this particular challenge, and within it lies the opportunity to demonstrate courage, ingenuity, and resilience. Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher-emperor, encapsulated this profound truth when he wrote of the fire. Just as a fire transforms all it consumes into fuel, so too can the Stoic mind transform every perceived setback into an opportunity for growth. The impediment to action, he observed, advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. For modern individuals grappling with career reversals, relationship breakdowns, or unforeseen illnesses, Amor fati offers a transformative lens. It encourages us to stop fighting reality, to cease wishing things were different, and instead to ask, how can I use this? What virtue can I practice here? It is a call to become an alchemist of the soul, turning the lead of adversity into the gold of character. To love one's fate does not mean to ignore potential pitfalls. On the contrary, Stoicism champions a practice known as premeditar to mahlorum, the premeditation of evils. This is a deliberate, reasoned contemplation of potential adversities, not to invite despair, but to inoculate the mind against the shock of their arrival. For a SEAL, this is ingrained in every mission brief, anticipating enemy reactions, equipment failure, the harshest environmental conditions. They mentally rehearse the worst-case scenarios, not to dwell in fear, but to prepare, to strategize, to diminish the psychological impact when the inevitable arises. Seneca, in his letters, urged his friend Lucilius to rehearse evils so that he might never be surprised by them. "What is bad in it," he queried, "if that which you were preparing to suffer has been forestalled?" By imagining loss, poverty, illness, or social rejection, we strip these externals of their power over us. We realize that our tranquility is not contingent upon their absence, but upon our internal response. In our modern age, riddled with anxieties about the future, this practice grounds us. It allows us to face economic instability, personal setbacks, or the criticism of others with a calm fortitude, knowing that we have already walked these difficult paths in our minds and found ourselves still capable, still whole. Hand in hand with premeditating evils is the stark yet liberating practice of memento mori, remember that you must die. This is not a morbid obsession, but a powerful call to live with urgency and intention. For a seal operating in environments where life is constantly on the line, the proximity of death is a daily reality. This awareness sharpens focus, clarifies priorities, and intensifies the appreciation for every breath, every sunrise, every bond with a comrade. Marcus Aurelius implored himself, "You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think." This isn't about rushing into recklessness, but about shedding the trivial, the petty, the procrastinations that dilute our precious time. In an age of endless distractions and social media feeds that pull us into superficial concerns, memento mori serves as a profound anchor. It reminds us that our time is finite, a fleeting gift. What truly matters? What legacy will we leave? How will we spend these irreplaceable moments? By embracing our mortality, we paradoxically find a deeper, more vibrant appreciation for life itself, pushing us to live not just longer, but more fully, more virtuously, and with profound meaning. At the very core of Stoicism lies the conviction that virtue is the sole good. Not wealth, not health, not reputation, but the cultivation of wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. These four cardinal virtues form an unbreakable moral compass, guiding action irrespective of external outcomes. For a SEAL, mission success might be the objective, but the manner in which that success is pursued, with courage in the face of danger, justice towards non-combatants, wisdom in strategy, and temperance in personal conduct, is the true measure of character. Epictetus taught that what makes us truly good or bad lies entirely within our will, our choices, our moral character. Everything else, our bodies, our possessions, our status, our indifference. While some indifference may be preferred, like health over illness, they can never be the source of our ultimate good or bad. In a world that constantly bombards us with messages of what we should acquire or achieve to be happy or successful, this Stoic doctrine is revolutionary. It frees us from the tyranny of external validation and consumerism, redirecting our ambition inward. It demands that we ask not, "What will bring me pleasure?" or "What will make me rich?" but "What is the virtuous thing to do here? What decision aligns with my highest self?" This internal standard is the ultimate measure of a life well lived. The concept of indifference to externals extends beyond virtue being the sole good. It speaks to our relationship with physical comfort and discomfort. While Stoics acknowledge that health and pleasure are preferred indifference, they are never to be pursued or avoided at the expense of virtue. For a SEAL, this translates into an incredible capacity to endure. The searing cold, the crushing exhaustion, the burning muscles, these are acknowledged but not allowed to dictate action or erode resolve. They are simply facts of the environment, to be met with a steadfast mind. Seneca articulated this beautifully, recognizing that the wise person does not fear pain or death, but treats them as mere sensations, not masters. "Show me a brave man," he writes, "I will show you one who is indifferent to hardship, fearless of death." In our modern lives, we are often conditioned to avoid discomfort at all costs. Instant gratification, climate-controlled environments, and endless distractions shield us from the grit of reality. But it is in deliberately facing discomfort, in pushing beyond our perceived limits, that we forge resilience. Whether it's the discipline of a cold shower, the commitment to a difficult task, or simply tolerating an awkward social situation, these small acts of indifference to externals build the mental muscle necessary to navigate life's inevitable, larger storms. Beyond individual fortitude, Stoicism embraces a profound sense of interconnectedness, a concept known as oikeiosis, or the appropriation of kinship. It begins with self-love, extends to family and friends, then to community, nation, and ultimately to all of humanity, united by universal reason. For a SEAL, this is the very bedrock of team cohesion, the absolute trust in one's brothers, the willingness to self-sacrifice for the unit, the understanding that individual survival is inextricably linked to the group's success. This is oikiosis in its most visceral form. Marcus Aurelius often reflected on this, urging himself to always remember that all men are brothers and sisters, that it is the nature of rational beings to care for all humanity. In a world increasingly fractured by tribalism and individualistic pursuits, this Stoic principle offers a vital pathway to meaning and purpose. It calls us to recognize our shared humanity, to extend our circle of concern, to act with justice and benevolence towards all. It reminds us that our flourishing is deeply intertwined with the flourishing of others, and that true strength is found not in isolation, but in the virtuous bonds we forge with our fellow rational beings, striving together for a more just and harmonious world. The Stoic sage is not a destination, but a lifelong journey of continuous striving and self-improvement. It is an ideal, a guiding star towards which one constantly navigates, acknowledging that perfection is rarely attained, but progress is always possible. For a SEAL, this manifests as relentless training, meticulous debriefs, and an unyielding commitment to learning and adapting. Every mission, every exercise, every interaction is an opportunity for refinement, for embodying the virtues more completely. Epictetus encouraged, practice yourself in little things and then proceed to greater. This is the essence of daily Stoic practice, small, consistent efforts to align one's thoughts and actions with reason and virtue. It means confronting fears, choosing patience over anger, and cultivating gratitude, not just in moments of crisis, but in the quiet rhythms of everyday life. In our modern pursuit of instant expertise and quick fixes, the Stoic commitment to ongoing personal mastery offers a profound counter-narrative. It reminds us that true strength is not static, but dynamic, not inherent, but forged through consistent, thoughtful effort. It is a philosophy not just for warriors, but for anyone who seeks to live a life of meaning, resilience, and profound purpose. From the ancient Stoa to the modern battlefield, the tenets of Stoic philosophy continue to illuminate a path towards enduring strength and profound inner peace. They are not mere academic theories, but a battle-tested blueprint for living, as relevant to the challenges of ancient Rome as they are to the complexities of our hyper-connected world. The SEAL, stripped of all but his resolve, embodies the Stoic ideal, mastering what is within his control, accepting what is not, and finding meaning and purpose in the unwavering commitment to virtue. We may not face the same extreme conditions as a SEAL, but the anxieties of modern life, the constant flow of information, the pressure to conform, the search for meaning in a secular age, present their own unique crucibles. Stoicism offers us a framework to navigate these trials, to build our own inner citadel, to embrace our fate with courage, to prepare for adversity, to value the preciousness of time, to anchor ourselves in virtue, and to extend our compassion to all. It is a philosophy that demands not Stoicism as emotional detachment, but Stoicism as profound engagement, with life, with duty, with the relentless pursuit of human excellence. It reminds us that true freedom lies not in external circumstances, but in the unassailable fortress of a well-ordered mind. This ancient wisdom, honed by millennia, stands ready to transform not just warriors, but all who dare to heed its call, offering a timeless path to resilience, purpose, and a truly flourishing life.